Hi guys, hey, my name's Tom, and if you're here, thanks for checking this out. It's been a while since we made a video, and the intent was good, but I had some amp repairs I did, and somehow the footage didn't come out right. But that's okay. I have more JTM 45 stuff coming, and I'm going to intently be focused on that because I want to show you guys master volumes and cool stuff that you can do. I love the JTM 45s and early Marshalls, as many of you guys do. But today I have this hard shell Fender case from 1989. But
what is in the case?
What's in the case? What is in the case is my 1965 Fender Strat.
How come it doesn't have strings on it?
Well, we're going to get to that. Interesting enough. So I just want to make sure it's in some kind of view. I'm definitely not the video guy, but we're going to get through it. So anyhow, here's the deal. This is the best sounding Strat I've ever played or heard, to be honest with you. So, you know, Trey has a 57. Sounds good. This one's warmer. Steve, that we went and seen recently, he has a 59 and a 60. His 60 is like beyond collector's grade. It's like museum grade. And it sounds good, but this one, for some reason, is just so warm. And that's why I have it, because I'm not a Strat guy, but if I'm going to play Strats, this one has the sound that I really like. So anyhow, I thought, you know what? Here's the challenge. Can I take this guitar and replicate its sound in another guitar? Okay. So I don't really make Strat pickups because everybody does. There's millions of them out there. So not that there aren't a million guys making humbuckers nowadays too, but that's kind of where I lie because I'm really a Gibson guy at heart and have some good old Gibsons from back in the day. But I think this guitar is worthy of figuring out why does it sound like it does. So interesting part about 65. 65 was a transition year. You could have form bar coated wire or plain enamel wire, and that's what I want to see. That's why the strings are off. We're going to take the pick guard off and take a look at the pickup. And just to get an idea, I'm suspecting this one is plain enamel wire, and I believe that's why it sounds the way it does. And I'm good with that because luckily I use plain enamel wire all the time. I'm just going to get a magnet and you'll see why. So, but I have to take it out, and then ultimately I want to use my calipers to measure the magnets so we can make, and we're going to see it, we're going to make the pickups the best that I can and see if we can take that, put another guitar, and see if it sounds like this.
Oh, that sounds like a good project.
Yeah, I might not have translated it well, but basically we're going to try to, this is 1965. I don't really want to take this out very often. But when you see the other guitar that I have that looks almost just like this, that I paid $120 for, that is going to be the test mule guitar that we are going to change things on and try to make it just like this 65, as in the way it sounds. Now the cool part is, I'm here at the Guitar Spot right now. I have a little annex shop up here, and that's in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. So if you're ever in the area, this place is legit. And I say that because I believe when all the hooks are full, there's over 400 guitars in here.
It's a large shop.
For a private owned shop, it's incredible, right? Got that one. So anyhow, it's good stuff. And this place is an authorized Fender dealer, Martin dealer, custom shops of Martin and Fender, PRS, Black Star, Fender amps, Vox amps. It's crazy the amount of gear that's in here. And everybody's super cool here with, I know all the teachers now, Trey, Jonathan, Max. I haven't met the other drum teacher yet. He's only here on Monday nights, but everybody else has been super cool. And like I said, Brenner's the manager, as well as, and this is not necessarily a commercial for the Guitar Spot, but I gotta tell you, you're not going to find a better guitar shop with people that are willing to help, any way they can. Yeah. And that's the cool part. They're very welcoming. And that's why I'm up here, Chad's the owner, and Chad's super cool. So anyhow, in this facility, I do primarily amp stuff. I haven't really got the pickup stuff up here because, well, I'm in a closet. The room's only so big, so it takes a lot of stuff to make this pickup. So interesting enough, but amps, I got everything in here to do amp stuff. So anyhow, okay, let's take a look. Now, you know, when you have these pick guards, you can't leave them off long. I'm told. I haven't experienced it because I don't leave it off long on these old ones because it'll actually shrink a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, and some of the screw holes, you can see they've pulled, meaning it's shrunk a little bit and it pulls on the screw holes. So, but anyhow, we got to slide this guy out of here with a little bit of luck. Dang on, that one is in there. You know what happens when you don't have your reading glasses on? That screw's just, we'll make sure we put that upside down so I know I get it back where it was at. Yeah, that would have been good.
Yeah.
So, what I'm going to attempt to do is flip this around so we can see. So already I can see it has, and I've had this off before, so I know it has gray bobbin pickups, which is right for the era. Everything about this is right. This is an unmolested 65. So what we're going to do is take the neck pickup out, actually, without too much havoc, okay? So it's only 2 screws. But if you were going to take this out and leave it out for a long time, you just screw the cover down on a piece of wood or something. Okay. Screw it back down so it doesn't move. But we're gonna have it out for a few minutes and then we'll put it back together. No harm, no foul, right? But this really is. Now there's a reason. So I've measured all the pickups of like Trace 57, Steve's guitars, and it's funny because that Fender makes a set called 5761 or something like that, and they are right because Trey's is a 57, and Steve having the 59, the 60, and even a later 69. Interesting story on that guitar, but we'll get to that another day. But anyhow, they're to spec. So the new ones that Fender sells, at least DC resistance wise, I don't know about Henry's wise, inductance wise, but I know the DC resistance when I measured Trey's and I measured Steve's being that 60 we measured, but and Trey's is the same. Okay. So those years, Fender did a good job basically reproducing that pickup being in spec. So I'd like to talk about some Strat pickups after we get this figured out. So here's where the magic's going to be, and I hope I'm in the frame. Because I'm not the video guy. I have the phone on a phone mount hanging up above me, so we'll see. Here's the review. I can already see it's plain enamel, and that's a good thing. It has that purple hue.
Oh, I see it.
That's the same wire I used to make humbuckers with, and there's a reason for that too. Now the difference is, I'll tell you this. Maybe useless knowledge, but the coating on the form bar is actually very heavy, so that the coating over the copper wire is thicker than the plain enamel coating.
Okay.
And there is, some guys will say there's no tonal difference. Well, I got to tell you, there is a tonal difference. I've wound pickups to the same amount of windings and then compared them, and there is a difference in the way they sound as well as the amount of space that it takes up. So anyhow, it's not super critical, but I do believe enamel has a sound and form bar has a sound. So your early pickups prior to 64.5 were, I'll show you. I'll show everybody. Let's see here. Here's one. Let me think here. So this is form bar wrapped, okay? See how it's really orangey?
Yeah.
And this is a 1954, and this has A3 magnets, very low wind. And actually, Jeff, the luthier downstairs, he gave this to me. Okay, I'm sorry, it's based off 54. It's actually a replica of the 54 for the Eric Johnson series. But anyhow, it's a pretty cool pickup, and it's very, very low resistance, and it has A3 magnets, where this would have A5s by this point. Interesting stuff. And they have different staggers. So if you, I might as well pull this back over here. So when you look at the magnet, it would be like this, from big E to low E, and there's different staggers on the magnets. You can see they're different heights.
Yeah.
So they changed those over the years is the main reason. Two reasons I want to do this. For one, I wanted to see if it was enamel or form bar. So we know what we're going to wind with. For another, we need to know our magnet heights because they're different over years. So another thing, I might as well bring this back over here. There's a whole, can you believe there's a whole drawer of Strat pickups over here? And I'm not a Strat guy, but magnet diameter, okay? These, let's see. Let me turn this bit. Oh, it is one. So we need to know this. So it comes in 196, which I thought, and I think these are going to be like 185, somewhere in there. Yeah, so 188, 189, 188 with a little bit of crust on it, right? These are from 65. So 188, 189. So there's already a difference in the magnet's diameter, right? So those small things will make a subtle difference. So, okay, back to the Strat. So what I need to do is from big E to little e. This is going to be just a rough idea of what these heights are, so we can do that. And luckily they're pretty flush with the bottom. So this is 0.91, 0.691, I'm sorry. That would be high E, or I'm sorry, top E. Or okay, this one same way, 690, which is good. Now these two are going to be different. 725. Now I'm going to try to be as precise as I can. 720. So let me go back to this other one. 725. Now that 5 was 5,000ths of an inch. So it's but it could be, right? 725 for the D string, and really 706 for the G string. So there is a stagger there. Not much, but there is a stagger. The B string is going to be the shortest one of all. That's 625. And then finally the high E, 653. So we'll find something comparable to those numbers. 651. You know, got to do it a few times and make sure 650. I'd buy that. That is a common one there. So I want to go back through these one more time just to make sure. 623. 623 was the first time. 625. So we'll check our zero. Our zero is good. 621. So it's not the most precise measurement, but it's as precise as we're going to get without a micrometer, right? 712. I'm going to say it's 710 to be honest with you. This one is 718, 719. So that could possibly be 720. Let me do that again. Yeah, 718, 717. So there's going to be a little bit of a variance here. And the magnet's pretty strong. I got to tell you, that's another thing. That whole, there's a whole thing about, I'm going to go with 720 on that one. It's a whole thing about magnets degrading. I got to tell you, I don't buy it. I don't buy it with humbucker bars, and I don't buy it with these Strat magnets. Because I got to tell you, these are incredibly strong. I know they're A5s, but they are still very strong. Now A5 is a strong magnet, but so this one here is 6. I keep checking at 690 because usually the first two are roughly the same. There's 686. That's 4,000ths. And we have a crud factor too because they're not cleanest, but we're not going to clean them. Okay. So anyhow, we found out what we needed to know. The rest of the stuff, I know what that is just by documentation. You don't look all that stuff on, look that stuff up on Google, but primarily knowing that there could be variances is why I wanted to see A, the wire, and B, what the Just checking the springs. What the magnet heights are. So now we're going to put this back together. I apologize for the boring stuff, but I'm not. I most likely won't edit anything because I'm just doing it on my phone and putting it up because I just don't want another job. You know, today's video capabilities, what people do on YouTube, actually is mind blowing. It's better than TV shows were when I was a kid. It's crazy how good. But that takes equipment, and time is the big thing. We all have little time, and this is the silly season for me, right? This is motorcycle time, and that takes up. It's kind of fun too. I love guitars, but I also love the Mopars, and we're into that season. But we're also into Harley Davidson season, which I really enjoy. We got some cams to grind, and so some guides to put in some heads, and neat stuff to do at the home shop. I know Harleys are kind of slow, but you can still make some power. And you know what? Smoking tires never hurt anybody. I have a driveway at home, and it has some pretty lengthy Harley black marks in it. Because, well, it's kind of fun, and that's what I like to do. So the Road King, I call it the Road King Kong, and it's pretty cool. But they lay some serious black marks. They love smoking tires. So anyhow, I'm sidetracking. So let's get this back together. And like I said, I apologize for all the boring stuff here, but that's why I have to have my wife with me to help me have somebody to talk to. And that's really kind of why I stopped making videos 12 years ago or so. I just didn't see the fun in it, It was just, I was talking to the camera. There's no interaction. But hopefully people give me comments and say, hey, you really suck on video or whatever, so I can have something to talk about. Because I promise the worst comments, I'm gonna talk about it. But in a positive way. It's okay, man. We all got our thing, right? I hope to have comments because then I'd like to talk about them. Guys can tell me what they think or if this is possible or what have you. Luckily, the rest of these are all. It was only that top one that had the heavy, plating worn off. So anyhow, interesting stuff, right?
Absolutely.
But I do like to have interaction. Like I said, so now that you're here with me, I'm only going to make videos if you can come with me because
Okay.
I can have somebody to talk to, right?
I'll stick around.
All right. If not, I'm going to have to get that monkey out of the window and I'll set it there and I'll talk to the monkey. And I'm going to have to show you the monkey because he's the coolest thing ever. And there's a little display window in this closet that I'm in that the outside can see. And there's I put this little monkey in the window because he's cool. Because guess what? You know why he's there? Because I like monkeying around. That's exactly what I'm doing, right? Well, it's good stuff. But this really is, fellas, it is no exaggeration. But this is a very warm sounding Strat. And it is all stock. It does have a 5-way switch in it, but I do have the original in the original case, 3-way. But it's legit. It's how you like a Strat. The bridge pickup on a Strat normally to me is almost unusable because it's so bright and trebly. But this bridge pickup is warm. And I credit that to the windings as well as the wire and the magnets, although the magnet strength on this is really strong. So I take like 4 different measurements to kind of get an idea where the pickup should be. And if I can get them out of something that I'm replicating, then I know it's going to sound
just like
within reason, There's other factors.
Deep, pretty color.
Yeah, it's a 3-tone sunburst back in the day. See, that one pulled, but that hole is actually has a little crack there. And that wasn't from taking it apart. It's been there for quite a long time. But it's a super cool guitar, man, for a Strat. And it's not just how it sounds, but the neck is real. And these were just production. This is not a custom shop guitar by any means. This was just a stock production off the line. But the neck is super nice on it. So the other thing, and you guys, please direct me if I'm wrong. But so we have things that are going to create sound. So we have the body of the neck. It has a beautiful like dark leather rosewood. But tremolo, I know is critical. Now some guys will disagree with that, but I got to tell you, I first learned about it when I swapped the tremolo from a steel block to a brass block, and the change was really drastic. And I didn't like it. I put the steel block back in it. So I'm going to show you the back of this beast. So that has, see, there's the heavy steel block.
Okay.
Right? That's what they call the sustain block. It's just a name. But the neck on this thing, if I can get this in here, that's just standard production neck, but look at the figuring in that.
Yeah.
This is cool. So anyhow, there it is. So my plan is to make pickups, change the tremolo, and I'm going to show you next we got everything back together, right? Check,
Yes.
recheck. We'll probably take this home. This has been in here since Thursday, I guess. Well, let me show you this guitar here, lady and gentleman, is going to be the donor guitar. This is going to be what turns into, hopefully, that 65. If I can pull this off, I'm going to have the coolest set of Strat pickups on the planet. So
it still has that deep, pretty color.
It's shocking.
Yeah.
So the value of this guitar is unknown to me, but I didn't buy it years ago for the value. I bought it because it was a good sound Strat. This guitar I paid $120 for. Okay. So I want to show the comparison between the two, the coloration. If I can hold this up. Yeah, great.
Wow.
Is that shocking?
It is shocking.
As soon as I saw it, I thought I got to have it. And I got it right here at the guitar spot from Brenner, the manager. It was hanging on the used rack. I paid $120. So things I'm going to have to do, right, to make it. I want it to not only sound like it, I want it to look like it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty close. But if you look at the pick guard, this one has it's a single ply pick guard.
Okay.
The pickups are going to go. The knobs are going to go. We'll make all that cool stuff, and we'll use a good switchcraft jack and CTS pots. But even the deepness, the darkness of the fretboard. So, and the cool part is they have two super luthiers on site here. One of them is Jeff Hostetter, who's been doing this stuff for over 50 years. When he came back from Vietnam, he started doing guitars. Not just guitars. When I met him over 30 years ago, I know I'm rambling, guys, but I'm just going to tell a story. When I met him over 30 years ago now, pre-internet, he was getting guitars sent to him from around the world to do repairs. Wow. He's that guy. He doesn't have to be on the internet because there's in the know. All right. The mouse will always find the cheese. This guy told me once. So anyhow, this is going to be the project guitar. And I already have a pick guard I'm going to use. It has a slight mint to it. By 65, they figured out that these would actually turn green over time in the early years. Oh. They go mint green. They call them mint green cards. But it was the black interacting with the white surface that changed the color. Green. So you can get them, but this is one off of another guitar. I thought, you know what, this is kind of close to that 65.
Yes.
So we'll be cool. And pickups and all that good stuff. We'll get it dialed in. So guys, I hope you stick around for this project because I think it's going to be cool. And then we'll play it, and we'll play them back to back through the same amp and same everything, and same gauge strings. The other thing I want to change, though, like I said, is the tremolo, and I have a big block tremolo to put in that. So hopefully all this works out. We'll probably change the tuners because $120 guitar probably could use good tuners. So I want to show these guys something else, and then we'll wrap it up. We're talking Strat pickups. So this one, do I have? Yeah, right on. For a Les Paul guy, I have a lot of Strat stuff all of a sudden. Squire Strat pickups. Believe it or not, they're not really junk. They come in a cheap, inexpensive. I shouldn't say cheap, but inexpensive guitar. But they don't sound great. Don't get me wrong, but they can. Years ago, I bought my son Zach. He loves Stevie Ray Vaughan, so the first guitar I got him was a Strat, and the amp was a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. And it sounds great on the clean side. The dirty side, not so much. But anyhow, long story short, got him a guitar, and then he wanted a humbucker in the bridge. So I made him a pickup, and then we changed the pick guard from plain white to a pearloid pick guard. So he had it, and but when I first played it, it was a Sweetwater exclusive. It was a color, it was just the color that they only got. It was a beautiful guitar. Long story short, when I played that, I always go to the bridge pickup and go, wow, this thing sounds really good. What is going on? So once we changed it out, then I understood what was going on. Interesting enough. This is the pickup out of that guitar. Hopefully I have it in view. I'm going to try to make sure, hopefully all this is in view, right? But the back has 2 ceramic magnets, and then it's wound. And this pickup comes in around 7K. But when I saw these, now a lot of people think ceramic magnets aren't good. There's not a bad guitar sound to me. They just have to find their place.
Right.
These sound great. This one in his guitar. The ones in the Squire, I took one out and took it apart, do not sound great. Although it's constructed the same, these have real low windings.
Oh.
So my plan is, if everybody's cool with it, we're going to make some more Strat pickups utilizing these Squire pickups, which this is the one out of Zach's one, but I have the other one over here. And you can see I pulled the magnets off just to check them. But we're going to rewind these. I took the wire off already too. We're going to rewind these to around this spec, which is around 7K ohms, right? 7,000 ohms. And see how it sounds. We might even go a little further, and I'll tell you why. Because as soon as I saw the back of this, I thought that's a P90. Because a P90, which there should be one floating around here. There was one floating around here, but it's kind of chaotic. Okay, so here's a P90 out of a Les Paul Jr. This is an actual Gibson pickup. P90 uses 2 magnets and then a coil. Now the average P90 comes in at 8K. And if you like a P90 sound, I'm pretty sure we can get that out of this. So stick around for this kind of stuff. What we'll do is I'll measure this one and show you, and then we'll make this, wind this, and see if we can get roughly the same DC resistance, the same induction, the Henrys, amount of Henrys, and see if we can get this. I'm telling you, 7K sounds really good on this, but normally these are 8K.
Okay.
So a standard production P90 from back in the 50s was primarily, once they standardized the windings, was about 10,000 wraps. So 10,000 wraps, believe it or not, is almost a mile of wire. So, but interesting, let me tell you this, fellas, P90s, we have to do a whole episode on this too, because I have some old Gibsons, and one of them's a 1960 with dual P90s in it, and it is the best sounding P90s I've ever heard. So when I make P90s, which isn't often, people ask, hey, can you make a P90? Yeah, sure. I make it to that one because I know it sounds great, and they do. Now, they come in a little hotter. Like this is, will come in at 8K, and we'll measure all these. That 1960 comes in a lot hotter than 8K, and it's a factory Gibson pickup. So I have a soft spot for P90s.
Yeah.
If you ever heard, I know you have, and you fellas have too, Mountain, Mississippi Queen, Leslie West, P90, Les Paul Jr. Sounds great. So anyhow, how cool would it be to have a Strat that has P90s in it without having P90s in it? That's what this project's going to be. So guess what? I think that's enough. We've rambled on a lot. I know all you see is my hands, but believe me, that's probably all you want to see. I like flying under the radar. But no, we'll get there, man. I'm just, I got a phone mount here over the bench, and what's on the bench is definitely more important than me. So with that being said, I hope you guys are having a great day, great weekend, and, you know, plug it in and turn it up, and we'll see you on the next one real soon, right? So I'm Tom, and guess what?
I'm Laquita.
That's right. That's my wife. So thanks for hanging out with us, fellas. Please comment. I don't care if you subscribe, whatever, but comment, because I want something to talk about in the next one. You can say, hey, it takes too long to make videos, or hey, your videos suck, or hey, you don't know what you're talking about. That's all good. I just want to read something, and then we'll go from there. And by the way, a good friend of mine, Tim, this is all for Tim, because Tim is like the biggest Strat guy. If I can make a Strat sound like this, Tim just loves Strats. Okay, that's not true. So, but hopefully he'll get a chuckle out of that. Once again, fellas, thanks so much.